Hey, guys, Altavies Felder here, your voice manager, and I am super excited to be doing this Mompreneur series with you guys. I mean, have you tapped in and listened in to the messages that have been shared so far? Guys, like, I listen, you're going to have to go back and replay them, I know, or make sure that you send them send them out to another mom that you know, so that way you can definitely inspire and motivate her in this time. Why? Because as moms, we know that you have a lot on your plate with many, many hats. And guess what? We do too. And we know that you can come out of this A-okay. And we believe in you when it comes to that. So with that being said, I'm super excited to have today's guest on. Hello, Dr. Karen.
Hi, I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you. Let the audience know a little bit about yourself, and then we'll dive into today's topic.
Absolutely. I am Dr. Karen hill-pruden. I am known as the entrepreneur for female corporate entrepreneurs, middle managers seeking senior leadership positions. I'm also known as the career elevation expert.
Oh my goodness. So that takes us to our first question is, what is a mom story that has impacted your business?
Well, a mom story that has impacted my business is my story. I mean, I was a young individual in love, and I chose to get love instead of pursue my college education. And so I had to pursue my college education later on in life. And so my story is one that, that a goal deferred is not a goal denied. And so there are a whole lot of Karens in the world, and I seek out to coach and inspire individuals who have put their goals aside only to pick them up later and pursue them.
Which is absolutely awesome. I know right now, while we're in quarantine, there have been so many colleges and professionals that are like, you know what? They closed down the building, but online is not closed. And so they've opened up and really done classes virtually.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, when I saw Debbie Allen do a dance class, I was like, oh, I'm here for it. I may not be able to see her in person or touch her, but I'm here.
Yeah. Like, can you say pivot? Pivot is my favorite phrase now during this quarantine social distancing season. It's like everyone needs to know how to pivot.
Oh, now that part, that's my favorite word, because I definitely feel that everyone does need to know how to pivot. And if they don't, they need to know, they need to be around some other people that can help guide them in being able to pivot in certain circumstances that may pop up in life.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, knowing that, what is one way that you can help moms in this season?
I can I can share with them the roadmap that I use in order to course correct and get myself back on track to pursue my goals. Because the path that I chose is not something that's just unique to me. It is a path that anyone can employ if they have the motivation and if they have the discipline to employ it. And so I will be sharing as part of my speech how I went from a teenage bride to Dr. Karen hill-pruden and the steps that I took to do that.
Now that is simply amazing, because a lot of times, we get it's that feeling of disappointment. I didn't finish it then, I didn't do it then, or I didn't do it when everyone else did it. And so we kind of feel like, that disappointment kind of hangs over our head, and we're like, well, if I didn't do it then, am I really going to ever be able to do it?
And the answer is yes. If you want to, if you have the discipline and the motivation to do it, the answer is yes.
I love it, love it, love it, love it. And so for that woman that's saying, you know what? I know we're in the middle of quarantine. I know jobs are being lost, but you know what? I want to get back on track. What would you say is the first thing for her to get back on track?
I would say assess your current situation, because if you got sidetracked, then obviously some things have changed in your life. And so maybe how you were going to do whatever that goal is that you deferred before you may have to make some adjustments in how you're going to pursue it. And so you want to assess your current situation. And then you also want to make sure that you assess who you can use as a resource and a support. Because generally, sometimes when we are trying to get ourselves back on track, things have changed. And we may need to partner with other individuals who are aware of how to navigate those things that have changed. In my case, my story was that I got married, right out of high school. And then I was all in love and I had 3 kids back to back. And next thing I knew, I was divorced. And so I was divorced with children 3, 2, and 1 at the time that I was divorced. So when I wanted to put myself back on track, I had 2 babies in Pampers, 3 children under 5, and all of them needed daycare. And so that could have been a barrier for me had I not assessed my landscape and figured out who I could use to assist me in terms of providing daycare for my children while I got back on track to pursue my college degree.
That's true. That's true. Those barriers. It's interesting because sometimes we try hard to remove the barrier, not knowing that the barrier wasn't always meant to be removed.
Oh, that's good. Absolutely. Because I'm a faith-based individual, so I believe sometimes God can turn a foe into an ally. And so everyone is an option when you're pursuing your goals. And so you may look at them as someone who may not be able to assist you in your path towards your goal, but God may have a hand in it, and that may be exactly the person who you need to go to assist you. And they may be willing to aid you, but you just haven't asked.
Ooh, you trying to make me go running around this room. Jesus. Definitely. When it comes to that tenacity, when it comes to being able to say, I am the overcomer, man, it doesn't always come easy, but it can come.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. One of my favorite verses is by our former president, Barack Obama, who said, change is never easy, but always possible. And so we have to keep that in mind. We just have to do the work.
This is an amazing episode, guys. I hope you guys have been taking notes. I hope you've been scratching some things down on your index card or your notebook. Simply because, guys, I want you to understand without a shadow of a doubt that you can do something great. It doesn't matter where you are today. It doesn't matter what happened to you yesterday. The only thing that matters is your determination to move forward and how you use that energy. But listen, by and by, I can tell you, I've not always made things right. I've not always done things right, but I know that if I keep moving, things will change.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. You said a word there. That's a sermon in itself. Absolutely. Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Keep it moving. Oh my goodness. So Dr. Karen, let them know how they can reach out to you for more information on your services and how they can find you online.
Okay. My online website is prudenglobalbusinesssolutions.com. I'm on all forms of social media under my name, Dr. Karen Hills-Pruden. I also have a business page on Facebook. I do Facebook Lives every Monday, and I have a YouTube channel as well. And so if you look me up, you'll find me, and I have lots of free videos and resources that you can tap into to help get you started on how to pivot.
That's it right there, guys. It's time to pivot. It doesn't matter what's going on in the world, in the home, in finances, there is always an opportunity if you look for it. With that being said, I appreciate you guys because, again, without the Speak Easy podcast listeners, there's no Speak Easy podcast. And we wanted to be sure to bring this particular series to you because I wanted to see you excel and go to a whole nother level. With that being said, I appreciate you, each and every one of you. Let us know how these episodes, these series resonated with you. Join the conversation, but also make sure that you tap into that Mompreneur Summit because guess what? You're going to get I'm giving you just a taste, just a tidbit from what they're actually sharing in the summit. And we want to make sure that you guys are excelling in life and business and in personal development. Guys, I am your host, Altavice Pelzer. And until next time, don't forget to press it out. See ya.